You're not someone that has a lot of friends, in my opinion.
I have a lot of acquaintances.
Yeah, I know you do.
Close. I don't,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what does genuine friendship look like for you, really?
Genuine friendship to me is openness, being vulnerable and not judging. I'm someone that I hardly share, but when I share, I want you to listen and not judge. Just listen to me. If I don't even tell me the next step, but just shall listen. Because that's one of the gifts I believe God has also given me. I may cry about something, but give me time. That thing I want, I will get it. So just listen to my cry. Just all I want is. So that's really what I want, or I would value as friendship.
So vulnerability, openness, and understanding without judgment.
Yeah.
I love it. It's beautiful. How do you define success now compared to when you started your journey?
Permit me to be sarcastic. Am I successful?
Don't do that!
Because don't do that! I believe, sorry, it is not as I permit me to be sarcastic. I think success is a journey. I'm not yet where I want to be, but I'm grateful to God for where I've come from. I'm very grateful. I'm very, very grateful. But I believe I have so much more to do. I'm still on that journey and I'm grateful to God for that. That was being sarcastic, right?
Very.
Oh my God.
I'll take what I get. Okay, what I can get. So I want to ask, what is the highest expression of love for you?
Love. Oh God. I didn't No, you see, I've been so, like I said, should I say when it comes to love, I've been naive. I've been, no, I don't think the problem is even love. It's the people we chose to
do love with.
No. Let me correct that. The problem is not love.
You're a lover girl.
Yes, I am. The problem is not love. It's the people we chose to do love with. And going into love without, like I said, I'm naive. I'm very naive, very, very innocent, and come again with the question.
What is the highest expression of love for you? Like when you're in love, what is happening? What does love look like for you in a place where you're being safe, at peace, and happy?
I think I had to unlearn a lot of things about love. Because Zuwaira of before, love will turn her head that she will not even know what she's doing. So
all of us join together
that we'll not even know our direction. We'll not even remember our vision in life.
So we have to be direct.
I had to unlearn a lot about love. And for me, I believe love is safe. Love is not having to be panicky around anybody. Love is guarded, mutual respect, and I don't know if I should add vulnerability to it. I have my reasons for that. But love is safe. I look forward to love. But like I said, I'd had to unlearn a lot of things about love.
Got it.
What truly it should be and what it should be. And I always say, love is self. You must love yourself first.
Agreed.
Before you can be able to give love or even open yourself for love to come in.
Got it.
So someone can even love you the
right way. So this takes me to your divorce. What are the things that you've learned? And when you say love is self first, if you could go back to prior, what would you have done differently? And I don't like to say that because what is done is done. How do we move forward? But with what you say is like, loving yourself first before you can give love to another. Tell me about the entirety of what that looks like.
I'm someone who I don't believe in going back to my past. So I wouldn't say there's anything I would have changed. Because if not for my experiences, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Great.
I wouldn't be the better version of who I am now. So I'm grateful for those my experiences. And I'm grateful for that separation, that long-term separation that had bettered the new me and rediscover myself.
So short and straight to the point and simple. I love it. But I also wanted to know, in those seasons when, like you just said, I could sit here with you and I'm nursing a pain and you wouldn't even know. And in those seasons where you were nursing that pain of separation, what was it like for you?
It was a lot. In fact, I can't even remember. But I would say I thought the world would end. The first thing that came to my mind was, how will I go on? How will I move on? What shame? The first thing that came to me was shame. I remember the morning it happened. We had, should I say, a fight that morning. And the father of my kids just left. And he left. This has been, okay, the kids will be 9 years, going to about 8 years now. Yeah. Even though he tried coming back, but after 5 years. But I told myself, no, this is not what you want. Don't go back there. No. So it was a whole lot of rediscovery, a whole lot of whining, a whole lot of self-blame, a whole lot of internal drama. But I'm grateful for it all because it helped me to shape who I am today, or who I'm going to be, or who I'm becoming.
What did it feel like having to nurse it while you were raising your children?
It was a lot of pain. I won't lie. One of my son, I remembered, okay, he had digestive issues, and his own digestive issues was worse. Crying at night, stomach pain. Well, I'm thankful that I had, okay, that was when I found me some fun, to communicate and share some of those pain with and not judge me, listen to me. The group therapy and all of that helped to, remove, pain stored does more harm to the body. Helped to, channel that pain elsewhere. And I think in a way, that pain helped me to build Amal Botanicals.
So the pain has served a good purpose.
Yeah, I channeled it to building Amal Botanicals. I channeled it to becoming the best person I should be. Because, in fact, when he came back begging, I didn't expect it to happen so fast. I was shocked. I was really so quick.
What were you expecting to come? 20 years?
5 years? I didn't. The shock was, but I'm grateful for that journey because it helped me to redirect myself. It helped me to better understand myself. Sometimes pain is actually there to correct things you know nothing about.
Yeah, agreed. That is already there.
Yes, I was grateful that happened because, how would I have lived my life like that? Raising those children.
Yeah.
I would have later on regretted my life.
I know what you mean. Because
Later
we're doing things in ignorance.
I would have regretted my life, honestly. See, I wouldn't trade my experiences for anything. No, I won't. No. Shame?
So
Want to shame me now? No, not me. No.
I've shamed myself.
You can never experience. That experience was like life lessons to me. It was master class for me, myself.
That is so good. I have goosebumps.
So it was like a master class for me. So if you sit down there, she's a single mother. Maybe you're feeling sorry or you're shame. Do you know what that has done for my mind, for myself, how I see things differently? I wouldn't trade that for anything. If that pain didn't happen, I'm not sure I'll be able to sit down and think well about so many things in life.
I know what you mean. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Are you proud of yourself?
Very, very proud of myself.
I love it.
Very proud of
I love
myself.
it. I feel like people who listen to people who judge don't know who they are. And people who judge are just talking of themselves, because I've had to go through pain and failure and shame myself. And I know how people say things. And I know who I am.
Ah, yeah. I'm just sitting here picturing my mirror. I have so many, more than 20 or 30 notes on my mirror. Beautiful things about myself. So yes, I know who I am.
I love it. And you're an amazing person. Tell me about times and situations where you've had to course correct.
In what aspect? Or
anyone? Like in the case where something was maybe happening and you had to come to a realization that this doesn't serve me and I have to change my path.
So many instances in life. I just mentioned one. When the father of my kids came back, you know, he even sent us a message. He sent, let's come back quietly as one family. Nobody needs to know. My mind, I'm like, wait, really? Hey. So I had to sit with that thought, even though I knew I wasn't going back there. I had to seek other people's opinion, and from the male point of view, I remember speaking to my sister's husband, my sister, my eldest sister, and they asked me one question. All these years you guys have been apart, what has he done for the children? And do you think that would correct itself overnight? I'm like, I already knew the answer, but I just needed.
I get that.
I told myself, no, I'm not going back there. I don't care whatever anyone says. I'm never going to be a missus just to be a missus. No, I'm never going to do that. I'd rather remain single, because now I know my value. I know my worth with tax added to it. I'm never going to go back.
I love it. So that person,
I had to correct that. I'm like, no, I'm never going to do this just to be a missus. And you know how society tries to drive in a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, they see some issues, they come back, beg, they go back. I'm like, no, I'm never going to do this.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm very glad, because a lot of people have that whole, what will people say when, and I like the fact that you also said, I knew the answer, but I also needed counsel from others so that I know, and it's not because I need validation, but because I want to know that I'm not crazy.
Yes, that's the word. I want to know I'm not crazy.
and I love that you do that. And having gone through that type of pain, knowing that this person didn't go through this pain with me. This person might have their own different point of view of the pain they feel, and it doesn't make it any lesser for them. But then when you say, let's come back quietly, oh no, you shamed me publicly.
Yeah.
And it's not even about the public shame, but you also did me a favor by me having to do the sitting down with my pain and my demons to then bring out my worth. I don't know if you've even done that work enough for us to now begin to go
Thank
together.
you.
Again.
I don't know if you've done the work. You even realize what you did was how you contributed to it. So we're not even ready. We're not even ready to talk about have survived those. Like, no, I wasn't doing that.
How did you begin to heal emotionally and mentally after the whole scenario with the divorce?
I think
separation.
I think they say time is a great healer. Yeah, time. I think in everything, give it time. And give yourself time. Yes, I knew for the earlier part, I beat myself up. I shamed myself. I did, but time is a great healer. Me of before, I couldn't sit down to talk about this particular issue because it happened in a very messy, terrible way. So time is a great healer.
Got it.
And give yourself time. There is no hurry in anything. Healing takes time, and healing is a process. Sometimes you may think you've healed from something, and that same thing still triggers you. You still get triggered about same thing. So give yourself time. And healing is a continuous process. It's a work in progress.
Is there a reason why you're not legally divorced yet?
Should I say I'm not really ready for it, but I know I will. So the Muslim part of it, we didn't do a court wedding. So it's just to go back to, I think Islamically. In fact, Islamically, after 3 months
I love Islam.
I think someone was saying I need to go to court. Remember, we didn't do a court wedding. We need to go to customary court. I don't know about that, but
no, if you guys did not do a court wedding, then did you sign anything in the court?
Just no, we didn't sign anything.
So yeah, divorced, yeah.
Well, like when it happens that way, you've not put, I don't know, closure. Yeah, they say closure does not really exist sometimes, But like I said, time is a great healer. Only God knows what will happen next.
Yeah, what's beautiful love for you?
By God's grace. We'll get there by God's grace, We'll get there.
Did you ever feel like you have to always prove yourself to the society or to your kids or even to yourself sometimes?
The old me was there. The old me always trying to prove, I could do this, I could do that. But now,
what changed?
Self-love, self-awareness. I'm on my own journey. Everyone's journey in life is different. I'm on my own race. And I cannot use anyone's time to measure up with me. And the society tries to tell you to do that. I remember when I was telling someone that I wish I knew that we had choices. We could make some certain choices in life. Maybe I wouldn't be where I am now. But like I say, there's nothing in my past I want to change. I'm grateful for it. And I'm thankful now I know and I have my choices.
So you just make them anyhow.
We keep it moving. We make the mistake, we jump, move to the next one. We keep it moving.
I love it. What's done is done.
Yeah.
When do you feel most at peace with yourself?
My home and my garden. I love plants. And caring for them, I've learned a lot about life. I've learned a lot about times and seasons. I've learned, even though I'm a mother, you know how they say mother has natural nurturing instinct. But when you care for plants, it's a different kind of nurturing skills you learn from caring for plants.
Really? How?
You see them grow. They don't move, but they grow. They grow new leaves with little effort. Some need more sunlight, some need more manure, some need water. Just the simple things. They don't move, but they still grow. So which also reminds us to try to always be at peace with ourselves. Because when you're at peace, that's when you grow.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Because when I think about the past year of my life,
you actually grow when you're at peace.
Yeah.
When you are still.
Yeah.
Not in doing a lot of things.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Because we've been told activities is the way to grow. I had to unlearn
It's okay to do, but know that there's time you must rest. There must time you must go into yourself, reflect, and that is the only time you go.
I love it. What was your first thought when you found out you were having triplets?
Like I said, I wanted children. I really, really wanted children. I'm grateful to my foster mother because she was the one who made sure I had those kids as at the time I had them.
How?
I did IVF. I didn't even do it in Lagos. I did it in Abuja. And like I said, I'm grateful to her. I'm grateful for her connections. I was away from work for 1 year. I was just in one place for 1 year. I think that period also made me reflect so much about life. It was the second round of IVF that clicked. The first didn't click. The second one clicked. In fact, let me say, I had very good doctors. One of them was my friend. My gynae was my friend. We did secondary school together. I had 8 babies in me. They had to do a reduction at 3 months to keep 3 inside me. 8
babies!
Yeah, they had to do a reduction to keep the 3.
Shut my mouth.
Of which, in fact, that was the beginning of my fight with my foster mother. Anyway, story for another day. She wanted me to keep 2, come back and do another one. In my mind, I'm like, yeah.
I need the one that carry everything.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna do 3 once, and I know that that's it. So yeah, I'm grateful to her for that push. I was so deep in work, and she said, no, you need to do this now.
Yeah.
You needed to do. So I think that really helped shape, move me away from work and started in line into, childcare, childbirth, and everything.
I like that. I was literally telling a friend of mine to say, because I've been able to rest for almost 2 years of not working, I feel like for the first time in my life, I'm ready for kids.
Oh, nice.
Because I was able to finally maybe nurture my own self, parent myself. And I feel like, I think now I can say that I'm ready for kids and all. But let's come back to you. 8 kids.
Yeah.
I didn't even know IVF can do that to begin with. And I didn't even know you had your triplets with IVF.
Yeah, I did.
What did that feel like for you? Did you...
It was a lot. I don't know, that process was a lot of roller coaster. That was when we started having issues with the father of my kids. He didn't understand the emotion part of it. I went through a lot of emotions, and some I couldn't express.
Yeah, I couldn't even process as much.
Yeah, so he didn't understand that. And
3, I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, they put in embryos. So all fertilized the second time.
But what happened before you had to go for IVF?
We tried for, I think, 2 years on our own. Nothing worked. And my mom was like, come, there's this good hospital in Abuja. Come and see them. But I remember going to the doctor, and the doctor was like, you still have time. You're young. Go and keep trying. I'm like, to this man.
I'm very annoying sometimes.
You still have time. You're young. Go and keep trying. You just need to shed some weight. I don't like. This will come. This your uncle. Just tell him to do what he wants to do and let me go. It's not money. I'll pay him. Yeah. So when the first one failed, that emotion. It's not easy. Having children, the process is a lot of emotions. Even the IVF process itself is a lot. Honestly, it's a lot. I'm not even sure I've really unpacked that, but it's a lot.
And then having it to be a lot, failing the first time, and then the second. I mean, in my head now, I feel like the first time that it failed, you would have felt that a lot of emotions of what's going on and all. And then the second time, you now hear that there's 8. How did your emotions shift?
I was scared for my life.
So you went from disappointment to fear.
I was scared. I'm scared. I also had someone saying, do the 4, go to US, just fly to US. Like 4. Please, I like my life. Because even the whole pregnancy, I suffered from preeclampsia. My legs were swollen, my feet. In fact, I had spots on my leg, all gushing out water due to the pressure of the babies in me. Last trimester was terrible. I won't remember how to write exams. No, I was strong during my pregnancy. I was strong. After conceiving, I never went back to the hospital for anything. I never had to stay back in the hospital until after one of my professional exams at work, that they told me I couldn't go back. And that was the 33 weeks. They had to bring out the babies.
In my mind, I'm like, you've gone through so much. You've gone through, you don't get, in my mind, I'm like, the roller coaster of 2 years, you tried for children, you didn't have. You then went from that emotion to doing IVF, the IVF failing, another emotion, and then the IVF, coming through, which is like, I'm happy, but 8 children. And then having to make the decision of, I can't do 8. Let's get rid of 5.
The numbers was not even a problem. I remember we dragging 2 to 3, 4, Yeah. Well, I'm thankful for the 3 I have.
I'm grateful for you, but I'm going back to them like, what were your insights saying to you? My insights would have just been any small distress for me. My insight is like, hello, nobody asked you for this stress. And I'm just thinking about how.
Like I said, I always wanted to be a mother.
Yeah, I know, but then in that point in time where everything was happening, were you happy trying to be a mother?
I was just like grateful and happy that okay, I'm going to do this once.
Well,
And I won't go back again.
yeah.
I was like, I'm not going back there again.
I've always been shocked when people say things on the podcast, but I'm not able to get past let me bring myself back. You went through a lot.
Knowing that I won't go through it again was a consolation for me.
Got it.
Even though I want children, but only I'm scared of childbirth.
Who isn't?
But I was happy that, okay, after this, let me see who will come and disturb you again.
So how are you balancing single motherhood while building a successful business?
Balancing. We're in it. Yeah. Take each day as it comes. Some days good, some days bad, but yeah, we're in it.
Tell me what a day looks like. Being who you are and ensuring you're good as a person, and then your children, and then your business. What does a day look like of maybe good and bad happening?
I tend towards my creator. He is my source for everything. And you know how the society kinds of, judge you without knowing the story or anything. I remember, okay, let me just say this. I've shared some things with some people, and when you tell them about your story, they kind of shift away from you.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, no. So I'm also grateful for the part I am in. I tell them, no, those are not my people.
Yeah.
No.
I agree.
If I tell you and you shift, or no, you're not.
Yeah.
And some of them end up coming back. But I now know where they stand or where they belong or who they are.
I know my place with you.
Yeah, I know my place with you.
I know.
So yeah, I commit everything to my source.
Yeah.
And that has guided me in everything. Being a good day, being a bad day, bad days will come. But I always, let time pass and let time deal with itself.
I love it.